Hey, how y'all doing? All right, so I am still in Australia, this town called Barbaros, right outside of Bundaberg, Queensland, and I am getting ready to make some pan-fried lamb chops. And I'm not a fan of lamb chops, but that's what's available to me right now. Although I did have a small piece earlier, a few days ago with my breakfast. That turned out okay. Well, not bad. Okay, it was a mild taste, but anyway, these are when I'm cooking. Got 2 lamb chops. This is my dinner. Um, so I'm trying something new here. Okay, curry, cumin. Ooh, slow down, Deborah. Okay, that's cumin. Thought that was something else. But yeah, make sure I got the right. Okay. Okay, well, I did one side. I'll go ahead and do the other side. If it don't taste right, I don't know. I do like cumin, but I usually using the powder, but this is the seed. So, but anyway. All right. Yeah, I tried to crush it, but the seeds are a little bit too hard. It didn't crush good, so I'll just go with the whole seed. Okay. And then I got some curry powder, and I'm gonna mix mine because it's the cap for the curry is missing. I don't want to splash a whole lot on one. Okay, so we're doing that. So a little bit of curry for me goes a long way. I'm not a hot foods person, and when I mean like hot sauce type of thing, I don't. No, that's too much work for me. I like flavor in my food, and most hot sauces don't really they qualify for heat, but for me, I'm looking for flavor. So it's a little bit humid here. So these are this was a Chinese 5 spice that I just discovered when I got here to Australia. And part of it too is when I was back home, I don't cook much. Um, for various reasons, I just wasn't. But here, coming to Australia after getting stung so many times on suggestions of what people were telling me were restaurants that had good food. And the pot that I'm using, it's got food liquor in it. You cook, you know what pan liquor is. That's what it is. Yeah, so this got a little bit of fat on it, so I don't have to add any grease. I don't have to add much grease to the pan. I will put some in. So, but yeah, I'm gonna put this a little bit on both sides. So we go kind of mix it in. I'm gonna season that fat around there, because once that gets, I like my pork. If I'm gonna eat fat, I want it crunchy, like bacon. Australians here, they like soft bacon. No, I've been here for a year and I still don't like the soft bacon. So some of the people that I've suggested it to, they've tried the crunchy bacon and they like it, others don't. Everybody got different taste buds. So, chatter you hear in the background are the cockatiels. There's a tree out in the back here that they really love to congregate and have their meetings in. And it's different species of birds. It's not the loud one that I'm hearing is cockatiel, but it ain't the only one. And it's almost 5 o'clock, so the dog's coming looking for her food. No, she got 20 minutes. Okay. All right, so I got that. And what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna use a little bit of coconut oil because the dog, hold on a second, let me get this going. Yeah, so about The pan has a little bit of peanut oil in it from earlier. I'm going to use some coconut oil so it won't stick too bad. Get it good. And then the first couple of times I turn it over, we're going to see how these turn out. Okay, your food time is later, okay? Give me a few minutes to get mine going. So you won't be begging me for mine when my stuff get done. Okay. Yeah, right now the dog that I have is tried. She has 3 legs. She had one. One was pretty bad disease before I got here from a surgery gone wrong. So she lost a leg before I got here, one of her back legs. So part of that noise are clunking around with that cone on her head, but she likes to chew. Those dogs, you know. So we had to get her off of that. But anyway, yeah. So that's got a good cook going on it right now. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut potatoes to go with it. And these are gonna be slightly thick. These are all of their Australia is very much made in Australia. So their food security, I would classify it as. Food is growing everywhere here. You can identify it and know where it is, that's fine. This particular region is known for the food here: sweet potatoes, macadamia nuts, there was a third one that the guy told me. Sugarcane. And so this particular potato is white, kind of like whitish yellow. I was gonna say Yukon, but probably not. Probably more like it's not a hard potato, so I wouldn't classify it as a russet, at least not by U.S. standards. I guess just a regular white potato. We turn this over while I'm talking here. Okay, there's enough oil in it to get it. Now, I don't cook a lot, so okay, yeah, I don't cook a lot, so I didn't beat that one with the mallet. What I found out was there was some other meats that I had that I beat it with the mallet, and I believe it was lamb chops, if I'm not mistaken. When I first got here, the first few months I was here, and then the meat turned out really tough. So I'm going with what I got. I'll make do. If it's not the texture that I'm looking for, I'll cut it down and save it for a breakfast or something like that. I'll repurpose it. So, get over the potatoes. And what I'm going to do is add this. There. Cover it up. I'm not going to add any more seasoning to that because that's it's seasoned in the pan and the chops. Season on the chops. I will have greens salad before that. And so, the salad here, they call it, in the U.S. it's called arugula. Here it's called Rocket League. Okay. I never asked why they had that name. I suppose it's because it gives you, or it feels like it gives you, um, energy, energy like, okay. Yeah. All right. So that's enough for sandwich later. Yeah. Hamburger left. So my rocket fuel or arugula is enough of a taste for me. Um, okay. I had some uh, music in the background. It was symphony music. Now I okay, so we're gonna try this Italian dressing for that. Okay, so let me shake this down a bit. Okay, so time for me to feed the dog. Now, what I've been doing for the dog is because the the reason that that she lost her leg was because it got diseased. So my thing is I'm cleaning her out. Let me cut this off. Hold on a second. Okay. Now, right now my food is not done, so I will be using, and they keep this in alphabetical order, so I try to maintain such. Let me get something's out of order here. Yeah, make it a point. Okay. So something's out of order here because it did go in. I won't add to that. Okay. All right. So the food for the dog, like I was saying earlier, because she lost her leg to infection, um, I traveled with stuff to help me stay well. I've been a year and a half. I did have to go to the doctor for some muscle spasms in my back recently, last few days, and I also had a physiotherapy appointment that really helped a lot. So I've been in pain for the past week and a half. So I want to get out to see parts of the area before I leave, and I was not going out in that much pain. So all right, because I don't want to be the focus of the tourist. If I'm going to an area and they got things to go and see, I don't want people to be, focusing on me because I'm moving slow, being grouchy. I mean, I get grouchy when I get hungry, very grouchy, and also, um, needless to say, when I'm in pain, I'm even more obnoxious and demanding and whiny and all that stuff. So I decided that I needed to stay away from people while I was in that much pain. Now, the neighbor next door has been wonderful. Matter of fact, she once suggested physiotherapy. Here in Australia, you don't need a doctor referral to go to get the help, go find the help that you need. They have a universal health system here, and you pick and choose what you need. So, um, but yeah. So, okay, now dog, dog, dog food. Okay, so The dog food, I'm running out of the wet dog food. So I'm going to use the dry food that's available. And I can't quite figure out what this is. I thought it was some kind of meat in here. But it's not. It's just... Okay. Some type of oil. I don't know. Okay. All right. Yeah, they have stuff in the freezer that they reuse containers. And I thought this had meat in it, but it's not in either one. So I'll make a determination on that soon. Okay. So anyway, what I end up doing with her meal is I pull it together, and in her case she uses her wet stuff. And I'm gonna have to because this is all that's left. And the owner said that the dry food is okay. I just have to add a little bit more, but I'm gonna because she used to getting her food doctored up since I've been here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work on that. She has dry food. Get that? Oh, it's right here. And so I'm gonna start the process of her having her dry food as the only course. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mix some it. I'm gonna mix in it and pull off the flavor of what's in this bag. And get that in her bowl. So I'm gonna use the residuals of what was in here. Okay. So she's gonna have this mixed in with her dry food. It is dry, but that's part of during the transition. Okay, hold on. Your ears are already perking up. She knows the sound of her food bags. So, I hate to tell her that this is gonna be the last of her wet food for a few days. But I'll work on making her dry food taste better. And part of it is the pot liquor for my food. Okay, so upside down. Okay. Yeah, most of the dogs here get some kind of real meat. I mean, wet food. This probably has some type of kangaroo in it. It's not a lot. It's not a high percent. I'm sorry, it is a high percent, but it's not the only. I did have a sit where they had 100% kangaroo meat, and it is very lean, very sticky. When you think about like pork chops or bacon or something like that, and it's not enough in here, so I'm gonna have to add some more to this. This is not enough for the full meal. Okay. But anyway. But that's all she has, so yeah. So I'm gonna add a little bit more and get that out of there. Extract what's little left on the sides here. And then, like I said earlier, I'm using, I just want to make sure that she doesn't get diseased or infected or, killer disease while I'm here. I have started using some of my herbal stuff. Always start off small, very small amount. But a lot of it has been able to be the herbs and the spices. And I looked up every single one of them. I've used clove. That helps get rid of parasites out of the system. Basically, it paralyzes. If you imagine what clove does to you, like if you use it on your teeth or something, like it makes it numb. And that's the same thing that it does for internally, and it gets out the parasites. So I put that in there to flush her out, partially flush her out. I got a little bit of oil of oregano left in this capsule, so I'm going to use the rest of that on her meat here. If I can figure out how to squeeze this coming out. I just don't know where. It's coming out on my fingers. There's somewhere the cut is. I'm not seeing the cut. But again, very small amounts. Don't overdo it. You know, I don't come in using this stuff. I come in watching the pet, how they behave when they eat or drink the water, which a lot of times the water's contaminated here, apparently. Anyway, yeah. So that's gonna be her meal, and I'm gonna give her more. She's probably not gonna stop me looking for more. She likes the wet food, but like I said, she's out of that. So mix it up a little bit so she got a lot of stuff in there. Okay. All right. Let me give her that. And let me turn over my meat. Okay. All right. All right, let me get your collar. Let me get your collar. Okay. All right. Okay. So that's that. And actually, my meat is probably about. Yeah, that's hot. Okay. So while she's enjoying her dinner, my meat should be almost done. So, yep. Okay, I'm gonna take it going apart. Everything's done. So just cut it down, and it can stay in the pot while it's cooling off. While I eat my salad. All right. Throw these away. Okay, this one curry. So, what we gonna do? Round curry powder. Okay. So that's still not in the order yet. I'll look at it later. Okay, that's off. All right. So let me eat my salad. Salad's a salad. And when I get to my chops, we'll restart it. Okay, so we can do it without the collar, but no lady licks a lot, okay? All right. So, all right. So this is what it looks like on the plate. Yeah, she's used to having more wet meat, so she's pounding me at the table. I don't stop feeding dogs at the table, pets at the table, because they can get the scraps, but it goes to their bowl after I'm done. So, okay. Hot. A little bit too much oil on it. I put any salt. That's the one thing that was missing from the. Okay. So the meat is cutting up pretty good. That showed me that's a little bit tender. Pulling off the uncrunchy fat. I can do that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. The spices to cut. Now this don't need salt. Now the potatoes need some salt, but I could use some salt on here, but it ain't bad. Okay, devil. You doing good. Now, this is their salt. I have not seen a salt shaker since I've been here, so salt or pepper shaker. But it is a strong salt, so they use sea salt here, as opposed to being an extra item in the state. That's just the regular salt here, sea salt. And that's enough. That's plenty. Might be too much. All right. Oh yeah, I did it. All right. So probably a little bit too much cumin in it. I probably could have went without it because it had that fishy expectation of fish behind the cumin. But it was tender. Okay. So I guess that's the secret for me. It's getting a thin cut lamb. That one wasn't late. That was something that they had put in the freezer. So I'm gonna say lamb chop, but it might be no. It's not. I'm gonna classify it as a steak, but they have different names for here in Australia that they do in the U.S. But it's a thin cut, whatever. It's a thinner cut lamb, but okay. I won't be scared to try that again. Usually what I do when I go in this house, I try to try something new. If the owner gives me permission to do that, and they did. So, but yeah, no, this is a keeper. This is definitely a keeper. I like that one. I'll try something else besides cumin on it the next time, but oh yeah. Yeah. A lot different from what I had before. Okay. All right, y'all. Take care. Okay. So it's a little bit of fat here. Actually, the dog already ate, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna save the fat and cook it down, and I will put it in his meal tomorrow. That way he still has something to go with his dry food that he ate most of today. So I have to put out some more for his breakfast in the morning, and then I'll add that to some stuff in the morning. Okay. Bye.